Hello, welcome to Vegetation Inventory and Monitoring. My name is Dr. Lori Abbott and I am the instructor for this online course. I'd like to welcome you to the class. We are going to become familiar with principles of vegetation sampling and with the techniques that are used to characterize rangeland vegetation. As I mentioned, this is a 100% online course, and so becoming familiar with the structure of the course is very important for your success. The purpose of this orientation video is to orient you to the course, the way that it is organized, and also to provide you with a bit of information about how to navigate around in the Canvas environment. What we're looking at here is the home page for the course, and what you see is, this is what will always pop up when you first access the course, is the home page. It provides some information about the purpose for the course. There is a very handy link to the syllabus and the schedule. We'll talk about that in a bit. There's also a link to a very short video that orients you to Canvas. So if you're new to Canvas and you haven't taken a course at NMSU using Canvas before, you may want to watch this as well. It'll help you find out where to get to, say, the email and how to find help, etc. At the very bottom, you see my picture and also my contact information. Okay, so as you're aware, because you received an announcement, I will be sending out periodic announcements, and usually those will pop up on Canvas. If you want to see all of the announcements, you just go to the announcements link, and here you can see the link to that original welcome announcement that I sent to you earlier, telling you to come watch this video. Let's go back to the home page. Another very important page for you to know about is the modules page. Now, the way this course is organized is in a set of weekly modules, and the contents of the different modules are all displayed in here. The information at the top are useful links to the reading materials. I'd like to point out that in this class you do not have to purchase any textbooks. All of the textbooks that we are using are free and available online, so I've given you links to the PDFs. There may be some additional readings that are assigned, but those will all be available to you electronically. If you then look here in the different modules, you'll see that the way that they are organized. The nice thing about the module page is essentially a very brief, like a table of contents for the module. Each module will always start out with a guide, and so for the case of the Getting Started module, we have a Getting Started guide, and then all the elements of the course or of the module are listed in order. Let's take a look at this module here. If we click on the link to the guide, it provides you with information about what that particular module is about, the learning objectives for the module, and also a list of the different assignments there are, and as well as if there's a quiz or a discussion and an assignment that you would need to submit. The other thing that's handy about the module tool is once you're in it, all you have to do is click Next, and that will take you to the next element, which in this case is the reading assignment, and then you click Next again, and that will take you to the next element, which is going to be a video presentation of the first lesson in this module. Each lesson is followed by a self-check activity, which is either an ungraded quiz, as this one is, or sometimes it's a small activity where you have to do some data manipulation to check your understanding of the content of the lesson. If we continue going through this series, we see there's another lesson, and here is a quiz. There's a weekly quiz with every single module, and there's always an assignment, usually a data analysis assignment where you have to download the assignment guide and also sometimes the data. I recommend for the data, usually they are provided to you in Excel. You can open them to preview them. For Excel, I think it's best if you just download the Excel file. But for the assignment guide, you'll be just fine opening it up in a screen here in Canvas, which gives you all the information for what you need to do to complete the assignment. All assignments are due, all graded assignments are due by midnight on Sunday at the end of the week, and you will find with our assignments there is a grading rubric that helps you to understand what are the criteria and the levels of performance in order to do well on the assignments. Okay, so let's go back now to the modules. I'd like to point out we have a Getting Started module and right here, and a very important component of the Getting Started module is the Getting Started guide. It tells you exactly what to do, and one of the things that I need you to do is be sure to read the syllabus. So you can access the syllabus several different ways. You can access it up here from Important Pages. It's right there, right here in Getting Started, and it's also linked over here on the side. So let's take a quick look at the syllabus. The syllabus is essentially a contract between the instructor and the students. It's also where everything is written down about the expectations for how to succeed in this course, what we will be covering in the course, and what you should do in order to communicate in this online course. There are course learning objectives that are provided for you, an explanation of the prerequisites for the course, the reading materials. There's a discussion of how the course is delivered. Some of that I've already gone through. The different kinds of assignments, a late assignment policy, our grading structure in the course. These are all things that students need to know about. Information about how to contact the instructor, information about building our learning community, which is a very important aspect of an online course, and also some very important information about the technical requirements for this course. Being an online course, you need to have a computer with internet access. You're going to need to be able to watch videos, to be able to access Canvas, use Excel, Microsoft Word, Adobe Reader, etc. There are also links to important helpful tutorials and support services. All of this is included in the syllabus. Very important information about student conduct and information for students with disabilities. I'd like to say that if you do have a disability or you need some assistance with accessibility to the course, please feel free to contact Student Accessibility Services or to contact me and let me know, and we will make sure that we do all we can to have this course be accessible to everyone. Okay, now I'd like to show you a few more tools. You can always, as I pointed out, let's go back to the module guide. You can always see in the module guide which assignments are graded, because the points will pop up over here, and also when they're due. You can also see that if you go to the assignments tool. Now from here you just see a list of all the assignments, upcoming assignments, and as you complete the assignments, then they will move down to a section called completed assignments. When you access the assignments, let's say for example this one, there's instructions here on how to do the assignment, and then there will be a link telling you where to submit the assignment. The discussion is a very important tool in our class because discussions are a way for students to share with each other and to help each other learn. You'll notice in the very first Getting Started module we have two discussions. First, a class introductions discussion and a discussion about communication and netiquette. Normally, discussions other than the introduction, well, they're all graded actually, and so there is a grading rubric for discussions telling you what you need to do. Normally what we do is you would post a response. I'm going to back out of this one and go to a different discussion. I'd like to point out this breadcrumb up here so that you don't always have to go back to this module on the left, but you can go back in discussions, and I'd like to then go to class discussions. So the way to post is by clicking below the topic. You click down here where it says reply, and this is where you put your first post. And then you just hit post reply and it's up there. If you find that you have a typo or something, you can always go back and edit your own post. It's important in our discussions that we reply and respond and have a communication. So that's in that case, if you were going to reply to say my posting here, you would be sure that you hit the reply button under my post, and that way when you post that reply it would show up as a threaded discussion under that original post. The quiz tool is very, we do have a quiz every week. The quizzes are fairly self-explanatory. You'll see that we have graded quizzes every week, and there are also ungraded quizzes which are helpful self-check activities. You can access your grades from this grades link. Right now what this lists is all of the assignments that are listed as gradable assignments, and you can see that the test student here already took the pre-test and scored 8 out of 10. So you can always access your grades and see how you're doing in class. The people link and the pages link and the chat links are very helpful for being able to communicate with people in the class. Okay, so with that I would like to once again welcome you to Vegetation Inventory and Monitoring. I'm looking forward to working with you and learning with you this semester, and please do feel free always to contact me if you have a question or if you have any question at all about the class. I would like to point out one other thing, which is a discussion, a special discussion down here under the discussions called Technical Help. This is a community help page. If you're having trouble with something, you can always post a question here, and other students, if they can help you answer your question, can reply. So we try to help each other as much as possible in this class. I think that you'll find that we're going to have an awful lot of fun, and I hope that it's a beneficial learning experience for all. See you soon. Bye-bye.